Hey guys, in today's interview we'll talk to our FTMO trader Andy from UK. He'll demonstrate his GBPUSD strategy that brought him over $10,000 in just 10 days with 100% win rate while having less than 1% floating loss.
All the magic and all the things I do in 1 hour time frame.
Make yourselves comfortable, let's go. Hi Andy, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Great.
You okay?
Yeah, very well. By the way, for those of you who don't know, FTMO is a modern prop trading firm, and we are looking for traders who can manage our FTMO accounts with up to $200,000 upon passing our evaluation. So, Andy here, you've been with us for quite a long time, since 2021, is that right? Over 2 years?
Yes.
Oh,
Over 2 years, yes.
okay. I saw that when I was checking your history, you got your FTMO account right from the first FTMO challenge you purchased.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so was that a lucky coincidence, or did you already have some history of trading before?
Well, I had a long time history before I tried with the FTMO, before I started with the FTMO. So yeah, I had some journey.
Okay, so can you maybe tell us a bit more about the history? So did you start the usual way with a broker with a demo account?
So I started trading since I was 20 years old. So it's around 9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I started demo a little bit just to test my technical trading strategy. And then I then jumped into live account with the broker back in Indonesia when I was still in Indonesia. And then, yeah, losing money from the first attempt, and then didn't give up, of course. Learning again for more technicalities. It's not really about psychology at that time, because in your mindset, in my mindset at that time, you just want to make money straight away. So learned the hard way until I had a really big loss, and then things start to be clicked after that. Yeah. So it's a long journey.
Okay, so yeah, as usual, it was a bit of a pain. Probably lost some money on the way. It was a price you experienced. Do you, or would you think there was a certain point where where it broke down and you started feeling that you're really starting to getting the hang of it and that you are starting to be profitable and get the professional habits?
I think the clicks start when I realized that the money is not something you chase. I ended up chasing, I want to be free. I want to have more time to living my life. And trading was I would say the only way that I could achieve that. And then I realized, I need to really make myself better, and then the money will follow. And it's really what's happened until now.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. So, when it comes to trading itself, how did you improve on yourself? Was it just trading and gaining the experience, or were you also getting some external education from some trading mentors, something like that?
yes, I first of all, I joined the community back in Indonesia. There's one person that I followed at the time. I joined his community, and then it was a nice start at the beginning. And then I realized that I think I need to level up myself. I need to really find someone that really can teach me how to trade properly. So I came up with one guy on Instagram, of course, at the time. He's still a swing trader, which at the time, because I work full time, swing was quite tempting for me. Then I went with him, but before that, I already learned by myself the hard way. Like I said, is like I learned first thing is Elliott wave at the time. I learned I read the whole books about Elliott wave, and then I apply it to the live market. Of course, I lost money. Make money in the middle, and then you ended up losing more. so I already learned the hard way, and then I find a mentor, the guy with the swing trading. Then when with him, I would say I get much better with him. He's a very good teacher, I have to say. And then from there, I start thinking I can't rely on someone.
Hmm.
I really have to find something that suit myself, suit my lifestyle, suit my character and personality. So I just tweak things around until I find something that works the best for me.
Okay, and we will check what it is a bit later. But now another interesting thing I noticed when I was checking your profile with us at FTMO is that you had many free repeats. Actually, you had one FTMO challenge that you repeated 7 times. So
Yes.
that told me that you are probably a type of trader who is patient and who doesn't risk that much. Also, you do not enter a lot of trades. Another thing I noticed that on your FTMO account where you are very successful, we could mention that your total profits at the current time are about $18,000, I think, that you made on FTMO accounts.
Yes.
And you also enter just a few trades. You don't need a lot of trades to make some good money.
Um, yeah. Let me explain from the repeat situation. So yes, I did one challenge, like probably it was 8 times repeats, because at the time one of your terms condition is you have to be profitable in 30 days for the phase one
Hmm.
and 60 days for the phase two. I'm a type of person, well, type of trader that not really working good under the pressure, in terms of I have to make a certain profit in 30 days. Um, so it was a tough journey, but I can guarantee that I will not be failed my challenge, just because I know myself. I'm not a risky trader.
Hmm.
I rather make a small gains over a long period of time, because at the end of the day, you want to trading for your whole life basically. So I don't see any point to achieve big target and then you lose the account the next month. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, yes, I don't really trade often. I'm not saying that I'm a swing trader as well, just because I'm very selective in what I choose, what I take. Really, not all the setup. I see the chart every single day, without any day off, just for me to learn and to see and to read the market behavior. But it doesn't mean that I have to be involved in the market every day.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I like to sit at the sideline, and when I see really this is the proper opportunity, then I just jump in. So yeah, that's more likely.
Okay. Well, thank you for the description. And now let's take a look at exactly how do you trade. If you would also like to manage a $400,000 FTMO account, don't hesitate to go on our website and start your own FTMO challenge. Now back to the interview. Okay, here we are with some GBP USD pair. That's one of your favorite pairs, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's currently my only one pair that
Your
I
only
trade.
one, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So, before the interview, you mentioned to me that your trading style is very simple. So, could you show us how simple it actually is?
Right. So my trading is I use monthly time frame, daily and 1 hour. But if I day to day basis, I always just look at 1 hour time frame. So from I always like every month I always look at the monthly time frame, and what I do is, for example, right now is that at the beginning of November, I mark the October closing candle. I mark the highs and the lows. The purpose of this is that it giving me the room where I have to focus during November. So there is no point for me to focus in other area outside of this range, basically.
Okay.
And then from there, I just go down to daily. It's not much really I I can do in daily because it's too much to see day-to-day basis. And I like to just trade directly into 1 hour time frame. So all the magic and all the things I do in 1 hour time frame. So if you look back to here in monthly area, so before all this movement happened, I just focus on price action, all the structure inside this area. So I don't see anything else, on the left side. I don't see if there is any like resistance up here, because it's in the past and it doesn't give me any information. Instead, it will just give me another noise that is so unnecessary in my decision making. So what I normally do is, if we look back to the beginning of November, GBPUSD straight away going to the upside. Now, if you can see, the line has been broken. So this means for me that the monthly in October is already broken, and we have a tendency to go higher, because from the monthly perspective, I can see the high is broken. So it means bullish. I don't care anything from the left side. I just look at this current market situation. So the way I see things, the waves and the markets, is from the 1 hour. If you can see the price from here, I take the brush. So the lows, creating higher lows right here, is basically one candle. Like for example here, I'm gonna turn off this magnet. So if you can see here, one candle, until this low is broken, then the bullish is still valid. So everything is still bullish, and as soon as the highs is broken, we already still bullish. So you don't really need to look left if there is any resistance or any support or any supply and demand. Everything is just unnecessary for me. I can make decision. Hold on a second. I can make decision based on what is going on currently at the market. So for example, if I see right here is higher lows. So normally I mark this, and I can see that everything above here is bullish. And now I see that there is another high here that I would like to target for my short-term profit target, basically. But what takes me a longer time is how I get into the market. What is the best moment for me to get into the market? Now, like I said earlier, that I used to trade with Elliott Wave. Now, one of the reasons why I stopped Elliott Wave is because it makes me very predictive in terms of trading. So I always thinking like, oh, this is gonna happen, so I have to do this. But if the market doesn't give me what I expected, then I intend to keep pushing what I want, not reacting what the market gives me. So I left Elliott Wave, but I'm very grateful I've learned that, because I use Wave for me to see when is the best time for me to jump into the market. So for example, right here, I know that I'm willing to be involved in the long trade, right? Now, when I see one rule in my trading system is that I just enter the market every 1 hour closing candle. So if I miss the move and it's not closing yet, I just let it go. Even if it hits my target profit, I just let it go, because I always believe there is another opportunity in the market later on. So yeah, for example, like for example, if I miss this move, I'm not gonna be entering like somewhere here, because I mean, of course, this is hindsight trading, but in the middle, if I put my stop loss here and I'm wrong, this hurts me more because I know that I didn't follow my trading plan. I didn't follow my rules. So yeah, I mean, of course, this is hindsight. Then it, it's flying higher. But if I do this 10 out of 10, like I can be right 3 times and I can be wrong 7 times. So I just find it's not worth it. And then so yeah, this is basically every 1 hour closing candle and then following the structure. So if you're following up again, so obviously we already break these highs, and this I think this was NFP day if I'm not mistaken.
Let me look at.
And then yeah, so I just drive daily, sorry, 1 hour invalidation, and the high is broken. Now my invalidation from here is just looking at the market. And then, for example, like this situation, it's very impossible for me to get into the market because price is already bull strongly enough, and there's no point for me to look for selling opportunity. I did this before long time ago when I tried to predict the market, um, but I see there is no tendency to go short. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, and this is tricky part, I use this as an example because I look back at myself a few years ago. I would already, pushing myself right. The market already moved high enough now. Like there's gonna be some exhaustion, right? It's not gonna be, the market's not gonna be going higher and higher and higher. So if I was a few years ago, I already short this. I'm expecting price to break this, but right now I'm using this as my bullish invalidation. Of course, price is going higher and higher, but I know that some people, including me before, I already looking for short here, and then targeting anywhere below, and then the prices just continue up, and then you extend your stop loss, etc., etc. We all know, can relate, right? So yeah, from there I just use, so the way for me play part where I see that this high is already broken, right? So some people might say before this bullish candle, some people might say this is double top. But from the wave perspective and how I trade and based on my experience, I know I will not going short if this low is not broken. So my invalidation is no longer this one, but I'm gonna use this one because the high is already broken. So the high is already broken. So I am just riding the wave up until I can see any reversal indication. So that's how I trade most of the time. I, like you said, like you see, probably you can tell that I can have so many setups every day, but it's not necessarily I'm involved in the market. I just like to watch and monitor the market and how it's a behavior and everything. Because in fact, I'm not journaling trades. I never backtesting myself. So I'm very discretionary trader by all means. I'm not mechanical. I'm not data driven. But what I do instead is I like to gain like a memory inside my head, and thinking like, okay, I've seen this before. Now the high is broken. This is not a good sell, especially with this kind of candle. I've seen this before. This is not, this might work, but it's not high probability for me. So I wait until I get one. So the flow of my trading system is like that. Of course, there are some times where I can have losing trades. Of course, everyone losing, but that's most likely because either I jump in too early or my scenario is not working.
Okay. So you're using a very high reward to risk ratio, right? You mentioned
Yes.
about 3 to 1, something like that.
Say it again.
About 3 to 1, something like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Do you think this approach would work only on this pair, only on GBPUSD, or do you trade similarly across other pairs as well?
I used to trade actually GBP USD, USD Canadian dollar, and Euro Australian dollar. Yeah, those are my three main pairs, just simply because cover all the currencies without I have to care with the correlation between each currencies. So
Mm-hmm.
there is no conflict. Like if I trade GBP USD and Euro USD, you know, like if I want to buy GU, for example, then I will take a look at EU if this is gonna be the same thing. So I avoid that correlation business. So I chose three pairs. But lately, I would say since last year, I like to focus more on one pair because I find that even three pairs are too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you see how I trade, I'm very like micromanaging trades. I see like I don't use zone like other people. Some people use zone to put the limit trade. Um, I just really managing hour by hour basically. So I like to focus on one pair, and I want to really know this pair very well. Then even if even if I'm not sitting in front of the chart, I can take a look at my phone, and I already recognize the pattern, the system very well. So I find it work the best for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you for that. And let's take a quick look into your account matrix. If you like our interviews, make sure to subscribe so you can keep on learning new successful trading strategies. Now let's check out Andy's account matrix. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is your last FTMO account.
Yes.
So we can see that you really took what, like 7-8 trades only, and to score the total profit of something over $10,000. So what's really crazy is the maximum daily loss and the max loss value. So not only you didn't close many trades in a loss, if any, your trades did not even go in a drawdown. So means your entries were really on point on this one.
Yeah, to be honest, for this period, I was quite busy with other stuff. So I was very selective in my trading, and I didn't hold trade longer than I expected to be. So yeah, I wasn't really in any drawdown.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now you are using pretty high volumes on your trades. So don't you think it is a bit risky?
It's probably risky for some people, but for myself, it's not. This is just the basic. It's basically 1% ish per trade. So I'm okay with this. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. By the way, could you just give us a little bit more information on the actual entries, because not going in a folding loss at all, especially with these volumes, is pretty crazy. So do you think it was like a luck in this case?
I think it's very lucky. Yes. This is something that not really common, I would say. This is not something that I try to achieve. Like I don't want any losing trades. No, I think in few trades I put break even. So it wasn't loss, but it actually hit my stop loss. So yeah, this is not something you expect to make even any month. Something unexpected.
Okay. Now, if you could scroll further down, let's see the rest of the stats we have here. So, open time hour, mind you, this is in the Central European time. So, you usually trade around the London Open. So yeah, that makes sense, especially on the GBP pairs. That's when you get the best liquidity. You were shorting a lot, which I imagine it was just caused by the current trend of the market. It's not that you would be shorting everything most of the time, right?
Um, I would I would say that my eyes is easier to catch the selling opportunity than the buy
Really?
opportunity.
Okay.
Yes, I have to admit that. But I'm not trying to against the trend, of course. It's just something that I don't know. I feel like my stats always showing me selling more than buying,
Okay, so
so I can't say no to it.
you have a talent for spotting shorts then. Okay, I think that's enough. And let's go to the last part of the interview and talk a bit about the psychology. Okay, final part of the interview, and let's talk a bit about the psychology. So, you are trading for about 9 years now. So, I imagine your psychology must have gone through a big evolution, right? As it goes with everybody who trades for a longer period of time.
Yes, I have to admit that my psychology is no longer my problem. I think because I've been failed before a couple of times, and I think it's really important when you want to improve your psychology, you have to jump into the real world and experience failure. Basically, you have to build thickening your skin, make you stronger in the game. Yeah, you can't be told doing this and doing that to avoid any negativity, but you have to experience it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what was your biggest issue, do you think, in your beginnings?
At the beginnings, I think my biggest issue is adding to my winning position.
Oh, okay. So you're feeling all confident, like, yeah, now is it going my way? Let's add
Yes,
like five more lots.
yes, I think we are all human, right? With the trading, you see the money, how much money actually floating in your account. We all want money, and then you think, okay, is this going to go against me? Maybe better if I keep it safe now. To be balanced, no longer equity. But yeah, it always ends not good because you could have banked more profit. And by time I keep pushing myself, like it's okay losing money, especially after I get funded. I have no pressure, I have no risk. I rather let the profit run, really just following my trading system, detach myself from money basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's another thing that I'm not hearing here for the first time. Detaching yourself from the money, right? Some traders, when they stop perceiving trading, and they stop perceiving the numbers as money, and they just see it as numbers, it can actually help.
Yeah, I think the amount of capital plays a part, because if you can see, so many traders actually are able to hold trades for a long period of time, but the money, I'm not being arrogant, but they trade like 0.01 lot. Like, yes, that's a very good action, but when you level up to be a higher amount of money, then you start a new challenge. Like, are you able to do this the same way? Which I learned myself, I couldn't do it. So I have to restart myself again. Like, I learned the hard way again. And yeah, it's just learning. Every day is learning.
Yeah, what a good way to end the interview. Andy, thank you so much for being here today.
No problem.
And if there's anything you'd like to say, any last words, any shout out you want to give to anybody, now's our time.
Yeah, I would like to shout out two people actually in trading world. First off is Tom Hogarth. He's so many videos of him doing seminar on YouTube, and also Tom Dante. I think he's a UK trader as well. They both are very professional, and I learned so much from them in terms of trading mindset, like loving the losing pain and everything. So more psychology if everyone wants to learn from them. And also, last but not least, I would like to appreciate and thank you very much to FTMO to allow me and giving me space to share my trading journey.
You're real welcome. And that's FTMO. And that was it. I hope you learned something about GU today. Enjoy the holiday season, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.